Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Liverpool against Spurs. Massive, massive game on Premier League, Dad. My name's Key. How are we all doing? How are you all feeling? Hopefully you've just watched Man United against Villa with me. If you have, and you've just come across from that live, then Manchester United winning 3-1. Deserved victory in the end. Villa have been dreadful. They've been absolutely awful for such a long time. And I remember Villa fans coming on the channel not that long ago and telling me that they were going to be in a title race. And when I said to them, I don't know if you've got the staying power, I think it's obviously to be in a title race, you have to have a very big squad. And you have to grind out wins and you have to find a way and all that sort of thing. And Villa just never really struck me as having that ability. And I think we're now finding that out as the season reaches its crescendo. We're kind of reaching that point now and Villa are just falling away. They're not really that side. And actually, I think as the season's going on, we're kind of more and more seeing Villa becoming maybe a side that's going to thrive in Europe. They're going to thrive when they've got Lille. They've already won the first leg in northern France. I'm sure they'll beat Lille at Villa Park on Thursday. We'll be watching that one. And they'll probably go the distance maybe in the Europa League. There's every chance they could win the Europa League, and maybe that's how they qualify for the Champions League. They might finish outside the top 5. Maybe they don't qualify for the Champions League via the league, but they win the Europa League. That would be my prediction. But Villa going to beat Manchester United. A word on them. Listen, Man United, I thought this was probably the best performance I've actually seen from United under Michael Carrick. I think they've done really, really well today. Definitely deserve to win. It wasn't a great Villa performance, but I think it was a very composed United one. It's the first time I've seen United under Carrick and thought, okay, fair enough. This is much better. This is much better. They've not been as chaotic. I thought Bruno Fernandes was excellent. I think fully deserves the man of the match. It's the first time in a long time, actually, I've seen Bruno Fernandes be a bit more of a leader, actually. A bit more remarkably, again, composed is probably the word. Composed is the word. I thought Bruno Fernandes was very good today. And the goal was fantastic. The Cunha goal was absolutely brilliant. Right. What are we saying in the chat on YouTube? Sorry, I can see a few people chatting away. Owen, Manchester United win. Great to see it, Owen. Red Rebellion. Resting Ekatike, really. I think, to be honest, quite a few of those. Everyone's surprised at that Liverpool lineup. I just realised I've not even changed. I've not even changed the colour of the light. Come on, Key. Come on. Red. We're red. Of course we're red. It's red for Liverpool. Of course it is. Ekatike needed resting. Salah needed resting. Kanate needed resting. Kirkes needed resting. I think it's very fair that we've made those changes. It's about time Salah was benched. Have a feeling Rio is going to cook this Spurs defence today, says Red Rebellion. Let's hope so. I'm looking forward to seeing Rio today. I don't think he'll play the full game. I think we have to probably take him off after maybe 60 minutes or so and put Salah on no matter what the score is. But hopefully he starts and starts well. You can see the lineups just to my left, your right. If you're watching on the main platform, you'll be able to see him. Solanke starting up front, Richarlison and Tell. Did Forest win it in the end? Did Forest win it? Oh, he was offside. Oh, that's so unlucky. That would have been a massive goal for Forest if that had gone in. Oh, his left foot just offside. What a shame for Forest. Oh, it's literally the back of his ankle. I can't believe that cost him. Unbelievable stuff. Pride of Merseyside says 5-1 win. Spurs score first is my prediction. Well, you all know my prediction. I think it's 2-2. I really do. I think 2-2 is the scoreline. I don't know why. I've got a horrible feeling that Spurs are going to get a point today. Let's catch up with the chat on TikTok. Sorry, I'm not ignoring you guys. I apologise. I'm just trying to get my act together. Where are we up to? MUFC says, I think 6-1. Owen Thomas, 3-1 to Liverpool. Yeah, get your predictions in the chat. Let me know what you're thinking. Chris Gander, why do you look like Baby Gru? I don't know, Chris. I just do. I don't know. Some say Baby Gru, some say Penguin, some say Oswald Cobblepot, some say Ruth Davidson, some say Simon Wilson. It varies from game to game. It varies from day to day. I don't know why. But I appreciate you coming in, mate. Thank you very much. Do you support Everton? I don't support Everton, no. DBL, are you going to do any more travel content, mate, or just stick to hate watching? It depends. If I go to the US, I'm planning on maybe going to the US for the World Cup. If I go to the US, then I might do a bit of a travel vlog. But we'll see. We shall see. Geordie, soulless human. A 16-year-old kid scores and you try to ruin a historic moment. Oh, sweet Lord. Sweet Lord, these Arsenal fans aren't half dramatic, are they? Scouse B says, might sound negative, but I've got a feeling it's going to be a draw. I do too. Yeah, I do too. I really do think it's going to be a draw. Tudor admiring how the trophy counts on the wall from Liverpool. Well, the bench for Liverpool looks a little bit more encouraging, doesn't it? We've got Ekatike, we've got Jones, we've got Salah, we've got Kirkes, we've got Kanate. That bench looks a little bit better. The Spurs bench, on the other hand, a little bit less so. You know, there's players like James Wilson, James Rosewell, Callum Olusesi, Brandon Austin, young Antonin Kinski, of course, is on the bench. And then there's Xavi Simons and Kolo Muani. If Spurs need anyone off the bench today, they're in trouble. Basically, if there's any injuries in that Spurs lineup today, I think they're in trouble. Happy, did you enjoy yesterday's football? Always. I enjoy every football, mate. That's why I do what I do. I love watching football. So, yes, I enjoy every football. Even when it's like a 0-0. I mean, I don't love the 0-0s, but, you know, sometimes you'd have to watch them. Jordi Fuentes, what state are you planning on going for the World Cup? I live close to California. No idea just yet, mate. I think probably not anywhere near where the World Cup is actually happening. The idea is just to get on the time zone. So we're looking at places like Nebraska, Delaware, Utah. The wife is kind of taken by Utah because she has or does watch The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, and apparently that's like a big thing. It's Salt Lake City is in Utah. Yeah, it's like a big thing. And yeah, she's quite excited by maybe going there. We're just looking at somewhere that's cheap to live for 6 weeks, cheap for us to fly to, and that we can stay there for 6 weeks watching the World Cup. That's, yeah, it's kind of it. Bailey, the only time I'll cheer for Liverpool because Spurs going down would be hilarious. Oh, that's so hateful. Charlie, if you could change the Arsenal result but it would mean Liverpool lose, would you do it, Key? Why would you say that, Charlie? That doesn't seem like a very smart thing to do. Bruno is just too good. Assist after assist, week in, week out. Yeah, Bruno's been brilliant today. Shem says not feeling comfortable as an LFC fan. I am not either. I really do think this is going to be a difficult game for Liverpool. Everyone's expecting a breeze. And whenever you expect a breeze, generally football comes along and gives you a big old slap. And I think that's maybe what we're going to get today. We might get a bit of a kicking from the football gods today, because any idea of Liverpool breezing in and breezing out with 3 points is nonsense, I promise you. 3-Star Red says, just watching Igor Tudor's presser, he looks like a slimline Marinakis. Chaz, does football watch-alongs at his big age? Hey, mate, listen, it's not a bad life, you know. It's not a bad life. It's a good life watching footy. If you can do it, it's good. I enjoy it. I love it. I'm very, very lucky. Very lucky. Twisted Fate says, Key, today I'm on your side. Liverpool get this win now. I'm going to throw up in my toilet. Oh, United fans supporting Liverpool. I have never seen something so shameful. Bailey Armstrong hater side. Do you think yesterday's game has won Arsenal the league? I don't. First off, there's no hate. There's no hate. There's never any hate. Only love. Only love and banter. But yeah, in terms of, do I think Arsenal have won the league? Yeah, and I thought you've won the league. I've said since about November, pretty consistently, I think Arsenal have got it, you know. I'd be very surprised if they didn't win it. And I was always pretty of the mindset that City, maybe since November, December time, that was about when I looked at it and thought, nah, City aren't going to do this. City have been awful. They're just not the side I thought they were. YZ, do you hate that Arsenal won the league? No, not at all, mate. Not at all. I've lived before when United have won league titles, so I'm pretty confident I'll manage with Arsenal. King Sloth says, well-deserved win for United, FYI. Don't come to Old Trafford and think you can attack us because we will win. Villa didn't really attack, though, did they? Do you think Villa came out and attacked today? I thought Villa were really tame. Again, very timid. I didn't think Villa did anywhere near enough. Yeah, nowhere near enough. Bryn Super Blue, did you see that Barry... Oh, yeah, about Tierno Barry's friends in the away end. I did, mate, yes. What did you make of it as an Everton fan, Bryn? Because, I mean, how responsible can he be as a young player for his mates in the away end? I think it's a bit harsh, really, to see Tierno Barry get so much stick. Jake says, Key, why are you always acting so bitter every time Arsenal win? I don't act... Well, I mean, if you think I act bitter, then that's your opinion. I don't act bitter. Or I'm not bitter. I can only say that. I'm not bitter. I don't care if Arsenal win. I don't want them to win, but I'm not really, like, losing sleep over it. I would much, much rather City win the league than Arsenal. But if Arsenal do, then, you know, congratulations. It's about time. It's about time. We've said it many times before. If they win it, then good luck to them. They've played maybe the worst football of any Premier League champion. They've spent more than any other team over the last God knows how many years since Arteta's been in. So, yeah, it's about time. It's about time they win it, and good luck to him. Twisted Face says, Sir, I'm a throw up because for once I hope Liverpool win. Need a Spurs relegation battle. Oh, why? Mate, you're a United fan. Why are you bothered about Spurs? Don't be bothered about Spurs. It would be quite funny if Spurs got relegated in many ways, because it's maybe not funny, but new, I guess. It's a novelty, isn't it, to see an established Premier League side go down. Not funny. Not funny, ha-ha. Funny, I guess, in terms of rogue. It's new, it's different. So yeah, maybe it would be interesting if Spurs went down, but I still don't think they do. Panashizda says, I told you Rio would start today. You did indeed, yes. You did indeed. Lee, you're a Liverpool fan actively supporting Everton against Arsenal. Yeah, Liverpool fans quite frequently support Everton against Man United twice a year. Every year. Twice a year, every year we support Everton. That's normal. Very, very normal. In the same way that Arsenal fans supported Spurs against Manchester City earlier this season. It's quite common. Bryn Super Blue says it's all a bit weird, mate. I mean, look, at the end of the day, he's given his tickets to his mates. His mates are Arsenal fans. Do you see any issues with that action? I don't. His mates have then gone in and celebrated. That's not smart. But is it Barry's fault? Nah, I don't think it is. I don't think it is. So I'm a little bit... I don't know. I'm a little bit cautious on throwing all the blame at Tierno Barry. I think the biggest thing that I would point at him and say, you probably shouldn't have done that, mate, is he's put it all over social media and kind of, yeah, put the blame on the Everton fans and said, you know, you don't want violence at the game. And while that is true, maybe it's also not smart to stand up and celebrate if you're Arsenal fans in the away end. You know, take a little bit of accountability. Lee, I've never cheered a rival team. Have some integrity. Why do you think it lacks integrity to cheer a rival team? Why do you think that lacks integrity? That's interesting. I've never heard that said before, that it lacks integrity. If it suits... Listen, if Arsenal's title rivals, Manchester City, are playing Spurs, I don't think it would be lacking integrity to cheer on Spurs for that particular game. Not at all. Not at all. In fact, we saw thousands and thousands of Arsenal fans do it, and they enjoyed when Spurs took points off them. So, but then again, you know, if you're looking for a way to have a dig, then if that suits you, maybe that hypocrisy works in your case. King Sloth says they didn't all back though, Key. If they did, we could have broken through them. 2 goals came from us breaking the lines. They didn't sit back. Oh, sorry, they didn't sit back. No, they didn't sit back, but they didn't have a real go at United. I thought Villa were very tame. I think they came for a point. And I think that was what frustrated me a bit about Villa. Not sitting back, but also not really going for you either. Sir, Everton aren't our rivals. No, Everton are not Liverpool's rivals. Not in the same way that United are, anyway. They're local rivals. They're geographic rivals. They are not football rivals. Lee, arch rivals is different, mate. I'd only want Spurs to win if it benefits us. Well, okay, fair enough. If that's what you think, that's totally your right. No problem. That's totally your right. Epic handle name says, I'm cheering on the Reds tonight wholeheartedly. Spurs going down will be the cherry on top. Will you not miss the North London derby? Surely you'd miss it. I'd hate it if Everton went down. When United were, it was nearly United getting relegated last year. I hated that idea of them going down. I didn't want them to go down. Don't want United or Everton ever to go down. So there's times where I'll cheer United and Everton on so that they stay up. I was actually quite made up when Everton stayed up. I didn't want them to go down. John, will Bruno Fernandes win Player of the Season? No. I don't know why I had to think for that so long. No, he won't. James, Tottenham have to go down. And Ethan says there are so many London derbies, to be honest. Well, there are, but nothing's quite like the North London derby, is there? There's nothing quite like Spurs and Arsenal. John, who will win it then? They usually give it, don't they, to whoever wins the title. Probably the standout player who wins the title. So, it's probably going to go to Declan Rice, I would imagine. And I don't even think this has been Declan Rice's best season in an Arsenal shirt, if I'm dead honest. But, yeah, I mean, Declan Rice will probably win it. Because it's a World Cup year. They love giving it to an Englishman. And if Arsenal win the league, they'll have to give it to an Arsenal player. And of all the standout players at Arsenal, there's really only Gabriel, Rice and Timber probably who you could give it to in theory. They're not going to give it to Timber because he's a right back. He's not glamorous enough. They could give it to Gabriel. But again, he's had a few errors and a few, he's not been impenetrable, has he? Declan Rice, I think, has been at least a solid 7.5, 8 out of 10 most weeks. So for that reason, even though it's been pretty bland, we've not seen him kind of drive forward, he's been a big part of them winning the league. So Declan Rice, I would say, will probably win it. Ronnie Key, I'm going to say Liverpool batter Spurs 7-0 today. Nice one, Ronnie. Cheers for the super chat. I don't think we win today. I've got to be honest. I think we're going to struggle. I don't know why. James says Saliba, Zubi. You missed these two, by the way. No, I didn't miss him. No, Zubimendi's not going to win Player of the Year. I think we've had loads of Arsenal fans come in and say, actually, Zubimendi's been a bit hit and miss. Saliba's been very good, but I don't think he's been as good as Gabriel. So, yeah, no, I didn't miss him off. 3-0 the Reds, says Bryn. Jake says not being impenetrable but conceded the least goals. Well, he's one of 4 in a back line, plus a goalkeeper, plus a very defensive midfield as well. So it's not that Gabriel himself. You win Player of the Year, mate, individually, don't you? You don't win it for your team. So in the same way, that's like using clean sheets as a metric to say, well, David Raya's got the most clean sheets, therefore he's the best keeper in the league. I don't think anyone really takes that seriously, do they? Well, again, unless you're a child. Unless you're a child and you play FIFA for a living or something, I don't know. Stacey, how's it going, Stacey? Great win for Man United. Fantastic win for you. Paul O'Brien, good to see you, Paul. Afternoon, Keish. Thinks this one's going to be 4-0. And James says Salah has to go, doesn't he? He's been horrendous this season. I'd like him to kind of leave gracefully in the summer, but I think, sadly, what we're going to see is Salah stay around for another year. He's going to take the money. He's on massive money. He's on 400 grand a week. He's going nowhere. Mo Salah will not be leaving Liverpool. Everyone keeps talking about Saudi. Don't get it out your head. No chance. YJG, I am one of the biggest fans of Arsenal and I like your reactions. Cheers, man. Jordan Page, we are all Liverpool fans here today. And Paddy says the way you go out of your way to contradict yourself to suit your own narrative is pathetic. Go on, Paddy, give us an example. John says, hear me out, Portugal win the World Cup and Bruno Fernandes takes the Ballon d'Or. No. Ballon d'Or winners have to win Champions Leagues and league titles, mate. Bruno Fernandes ain't winning a Ballon d'Or. He's not good enough, and two, he doesn't play for a good enough team. James says, Key, do you actually think City make a comeback for the title? In the nicest possible way, James, don't take this the wrong way. I don't care. I'm watching Liverpool Spurs now, so we're having an Arsenal hiatus. Because I feel like we've talked about him enough. Daniel says, do you think Bruno deserves player of the season? No, we've just covered that. No, absolutely not. VV12, what do you think of Down Man yesterday, mate? No idea who you're talking about. Paddy, fishing rod with a fish on it. Does that mean you don't agree with the statement that you just made? Oh, okay, fair enough. I thought you were being serious. I thought you were saying that I was being contradictory. And I was asking you to back that up if you had evidence. But if you don't, then that's fair enough. That's fine. That's fair enough. Aaron says, hey, Key, love you, but you want Spurs win for the clips. I want Spurs to win. I do not want Spurs to win. Absolutely not. I want Spurs to win. Are you off your meds? I do not want Spurs to win. I want Liverpool to win. 1,000,000%. I just have had a gut feeling that Spurs will nick something. That is it. My prediction is that Liverpool will struggle to a draw. I think we'll struggle today. I don't know why. I've just had a feeling there's not really any sort of thinking behind it. I just think the football gods are going to give us a slap today because there's a lot of Liverpool fans who are very much, we're going to smash these, we're going to stick 8 past them, and it's nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. Goodness me. VV12, you literally saw him score yesterday, mate. Oh, do you mean Downman? Sorry, I thought you said Down Man. No, not Down Man. I saw Downman score yesterday. But yeah, what do I think about him? Good player. For a 16-year-old. Twisted Fate says, just one quick question, Key. Don't want to make it about United and the Liverpool watch-along, but 8 games left. Bruno needs 5 assists. Will he do it? 5 assists for what? I mean, he might do. Yeah, he's taking every corner, every free kick, isn't he? So you would imagine he gets 5 more assists. Astroxy says United's form is being carried by one match every 7 to 10 days. Exactly. That's why United are where they are. So fresh. So fresh. Dylan, what time's kickoff? It kicks off in 1 minute. Literally 1 minute. The players are in the huddle. You'll never walk alone being blasted around Anfield. Here we go. Charlie says, 5 assists for what? Call yourself a football content creator. Well, I don't know. What exactly are we talking about? Some sort of record. What record are we talking about? We've had people talking about him winning the Ballon d'Or, for fuck's sake. I think there's an element of get a grip needs to happen with Bruno Fernandes. Gary Dorrington came home for the game. What's your comments? Couldn't believe what you said regarding the game. Score from open play or a corner. You criticise us, create history with Max Darman, and you offer no praise. I did offer praise. I literally said it was made up for him, Gary. What are you talking about? Liverpool are off and underway here. Come on. Come on, the Reds. Let's have it. Liverpool got the ball down the left-hand side. Here's Gravenberch. We've already got Spurs penned into their own box. Maybe this is how it's going to be all game. Chris, Bruno is the player Wirtz wants to be. It's a shame that Bruno's not had the career, isn't it? It's a shame that Bruno's not really done much in his career. Daniel says this is a big game, so that 100% Wirtz does nothing again. That's harsh. That's very harsh. For a 21-year-old, anyway. Why are you hating on a kid, mate? Here's Spurs down the left-hand side. Into Sarr. Gives the ball away. Straight out of play, that. We'll have that one. Paddy, Wirtz will never be near Bruno's level. Oh, he had to. Wee, Paddy. Whoa, we got him. First cast. We've got Paddy there. We've got him. Rebel MC says Szoboszlai shouldn't be playing at right back. He's not playing at right back. Frimpong's playing at right back. Here's Frimpong. Yeah, look at where Szoboszlai and Frimpong are now, mate. Szoboszlai and Frimpong are occupying that right channel, but Szoboszlai's very much tucked in. And he's looking at him, he's glancing over his shoulder at where Frimpong is. He knows Frimpong is being tasked with being up and down there today. Great ball in. Sobbo, got to win that one. Well done. Alisson clears it away. Here's Wirtz. Oh, that's a foul, ref. Well done. Wirtz wins it back. Good lad. James Key, I was going to join to troll you for the Max Diamond comments, but you seem okay, to be honest. Cheers, man. That's very nice of you. That's very kind of you. You live for them sort of compliments. You're okay, to be honest. Nah, cheers, man. Listen, I appreciate you coming in. Really do. Appreciate everyone for the footy chats who come in sincerely to have a proper conversation. Liam, how's it going? Good afternoon to you, sir. Here's Rio Engamoa on the left. Robertson with the ball in. Oh! Out to the edge of the box from McAllister. Over to Frimpong. Stood in. And again away. Spurs really struggling to get the ball out of play. That's not a foul, ref. That's not a foul. That was a total dive from Solanke. Well done, ref. Well done, referee. Well done. Ball in. Terrible ball in. That straight out of play. I'm sensing a Van Dijk howler today, says Welshwing. Liam, how are you, my friend? Surely a win here. Well, I'd hope so. I'm hoping so, but somehow I don't think so. No, I think we're gonna make hard work of this. Aaron, Arsenal fans getting carried away with Dalman saying he's going to be as good as Messi. Yep. We've heard all that. We've heard that all day and all yesterday. Heaven forbid. Paddy, struggling at home to Spurs. It's 5 minutes in. It's 5 minutes in. How were you doing at home to Spurs 5 minutes in? Sweet Lord. James, no one has said he's going to be as good as Messi. I guarantee you that's not the case, mate. I absolutely guarantee you that's not the case. We've had hundreds of people come in and say that. James says, Stephen, afternoon. How's it going, Stephen? The Jacaranda, you're probably supporting Spurs today, as them staying up would not be what Arsenal wanted. There's quite a few Arsenal fans who do want Spurs to stay up, yeah. So, no, I don't disagree that maybe there's some who would quite like them to go down, but no, it's certainly a split decision. I think there's quite a few Arsenal fans who'd rather them stay up. Same as I would quite like Everton to stay up, and I didn't want United to go down last year either. Straight out of play from Tell, that's poor. Very poor. Julius, good to see you. Welshwing says it's not Arsenal fans that have been saying that. It's been John Terry. Yeah, John Terry. I've not seen anyone as good as that since Messi. Fucking hell, John. You had to, didn't you? You had to. I never thought I'd see the day where Arsenal fans would be like respecting John Terry and actually giving him praise and props. You've got Arsenal fans coming out and say, yeah, if John Terry says it, it must be true. It's John Terry, best defender of all time, up to Gabriel and Saliba and after Tony Adams. Unbelievable. John Terry, for that gap, just that gap in between Adams and Saliba and Gabriel, best defender of all time. And if he's saying that about, young Max Darman, then it must be true. He's basically Messi. Aaron says Robbie from AFTV said Darman is our Yamal. Well, he knows what he's doing there, doesn't he? He knows what he's doing there. Stephen, it's a toasty day here in Salou. Yes, enjoy it, mate. Enjoy the holes. Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in on your holiday. Paddy, Liverpool Watchalong, and you're ranting and raving about Arsenal. Paddy, you're in the Liverpool Watchalong, mate. You're an Arsenal fan in the Liverpool Watchalong. I don't know if you... Did you know you're in it? This isn't a Matrix, mate. You are actually in the live. Are you expecting something different? Sarah, maybe one day there'll be another player like Ronaldo or Messi. Well, maybe, yes, possibly. I don't see it anytime soon, though. You don't get mavericks like that in football anymore. Bryn says, I used to look after JT's house. I used to have to wake him up at 3 a.m. to tell him someone is on his property. Really? Blimey. Hopefully that didn't happen too often. What's that, Robbo? Come on. Got to do better there. K2 says, why do you assume all Arsenal fans have some crazy agenda that every Arsenal player is the best in the world? No, I think I don't know where you're getting all Arsenal fans from. I haven't said all Arsenal fans. In fact, I've been very... Mate, if you listen, if you really, really listen, I actually say that you can't attribute the views, the crazy views of one or two football fans to an entire fan base, right? So, I've not said at any point that all Arsenal fans believe anything. I've not said that at all. I've also said that the vast majority of Arsenal fans who come in are really, really sound. Really, really sound. And know the football. Here's Wirtz. Over to Gakpo. What is that? Fucking hell. That's not going to help the claims. Welshring says, hey, you can back this up, Key. I've said countless times, John Terry for me is the greatest defender in Prem history. Bryn says, yeah, I worked for a CCTV company. All right. How often did he have people on his property at 3 a.m? James says John Terry only makes comments like that just for clicks and views. I'll be honest, mate. I think John Terry did all right in his career. I don't think he's concerned with clicks and views, if I'm dead honest with you. K2, you started saying that Arsenal fans don't rate John Terry. Like, I don't know anyone that doesn't think Terry is one of the best centre-backs ever. Yeah, but again, you added the word all. I didn't say the word all. That's the really crucial bit. I didn't say anything about all. I've never said all. Spurs in down the left-hand side. Solanke. Pulled back. Oh, unlucky. Good defending by Robbo. Well done. Better from Spurs, that. I did say it's, you know, they're not a team to sleep on. They are not a team to sleep on. Szoboszlai giving the ball away. Really poor. Spurs hit it from distance. Wow, what a save from Alisson. Definitely needed to be saved. Sousa with the strike. No chance of closing them down there, Verge. Any chance? Nah, you'll be alright. Just hit it. That moved, that, didn't it? That moved. That really, really moved. Corner to Spurs. Mank Will, that was truly shocking by Gakpo. I think the ball bounced up, bobbled up. Spurs corner. That's it, surely. Playing for the penalty. No, free kick for Liverpool. We'll take that. We'll take that. Ryan says, what really annoyed me about John Terry is when he got racist to Anton Ferdinand. Annoyed you? I don't know if annoyed's the word there, mate. What really annoyed you is the word. Yeah, I mean, I don't think many people would characterise racism as annoying, but it's... But yeah, like I said, I don't. John Terry's views aren't particularly well respected in the game, and he doesn't really. All he seems to do is complain every few months that he hasn't got a manager's job. I don't really get it, to be honest. But all of a sudden, this is what. All of a sudden, his comments will get massive. Like, oh, if John Terry's saying it, then it must be true. Spurs so unlucky. Well, Spurs started quite well here, to be fair. Rio Wingamo went into the box. Must be. Oh, unlucky. That's better from Liverpool. Over to Gravenberch. Spurs have got everybody back. Got to break them down. Terrible ball in. That's not good enough. It's not good enough. Welshwing, Jamie Carragher already criticising Slot's tactics. I mean, I don't know if you can be too critical of the tactics. You've got to be critical of the players not being able to pass 5 yards. Like, at what point do we actually just have a conversation about them not being able to pass? Like, it's basic stuff. Like, it's not a tactical thing. If a player can't pass 5 yards or he can't finish a clear chance, that's not on the manager. Teodori Georgievski, key after 500 million spent, United are 6 points above Liverpool. Well, you're not 6 points above Liverpool, to be fair, mate. You're actually only 5 at the minute, assuming it stays 0-0, and you might only be 3 by the end of this game. So you're not 6 points ahead of us. At the minute, you're 5, assuming it stays 0-0. And you could be as little as 3 again. And for what it's worth, Manchester United's squad cost more than Liverpool's to assemble. Man United have spent more than Liverpool quite comfortably. Frimpong, that's going to be a corner to Liverpool. We'll take that. We'll take that. Does he not give the corner? Oh my God, what the hell, ref? Kieran, oh, you do watch Liverpool games? I do, mate. Yes, yeah. I watch usually 12 games a week. About 12 games a week. We watched Arsenal yesterday. We watched City yesterday. We watched Liverpool and United today. We watched Wrexham and Swansea on Friday, and tomorrow we're watching Brentford and Wolves. So yeah, we watch 12 games a week. Stacey, we are 6 because you're on 48 points and we're 54. That's 6. No, but you've also played one game more than us, Stacey. So if this stays 0-0, then that's 5. And if Liverpool win, then it's back to 3. So it's not 6. It's only 6 if Liverpool lose here. Welshwing, he also threw a coin at some Arsenal fans. He's not really in my good books. Long ball forward. McAllister. Great run from McAllister. Got to give the ball away. Claim for a foul, and it is a foul and a free kick on the edge of the box for Liverpool. We'll take that. Archie Gray taking McAllister out as he was running towards the edge of the box. It was actually a good play, that, from Macca. For the first time, actually, McAllister driving forward. Deckard, have you changed your mind on the Havertz penalty? No. No, of course not. Here we go. Free kick for Liverpool. Szoboszlai's over it. 18 minutes gone. We've not tested the Spurs keeper yet. Vicario still very much needs to get his gloves dirty, but I don't think he's going to in this one. Szoboszlai, free kick. Perfect placement. You couldn't place it any better. Strike! Yes! Get a goal! We'll have that! Go on, lads! Dominic Szoboszlai with a free kick. Absolutely. It's just too good. It's too good. And do you know what? All these fans who bleat, oh, Liverpool have the most set-piece goals. Nobody in their right mind is talking about them, are they? We're not talking about them as set-pieces. Set-piece goal, they don't even fall under the same umbrella as set-pieces. These are screamers from Szoboszlai. Unbelievable. That's what you pay your money for, to watch football like that. A rocket into the top corner. What we don't talk about set pieces is where it bounces off someone's arse and bobbles in while you've got people holding them down like that. It's not the same. These two things are not like each other. And Szoboszlai with an absolute screamer. 1-0 Liverpool. Come on. We're ahead. We're ahead. And where's them 6 points now, United? Where are them 6 points now? 6 points becomes 3. And we've still got to play you at Old Trafford. We're coming for you. We are coming for you, United. It's coming. Absolute worldie from Szoboszlai. 30 yards out. Fabulous stuff. It's a great goal. Liverpool are in front. Ha 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 ha. MUFC, you can't play Spurs every week, Key. Hey, to be fair, you can't get players sent off every week. It's the first time today that you actually played well and won. Zia says, Key, be honest, you're one of those Liverpool fans who thought they'd walk the league after your summer window. No, not true. Not true. No. I said we needed about 3 more signings. I did a prediction video. I think it was on about the 17th of August, something like that. I can't even remember if it was in a live. I have no idea. It was a while back. It was about the 17th of August. And I said, we will get Isak over the line, but we still need about 2 or 3 more. If we get another 2 or 3 more, Gravenberch, oh, just over the bar. If we get another 2 or 3 more on top of Isak, I think we could probably challenge. We didn't. And not only did we not get any more on top of Isak was immediately basically ruled out for the entire season. So I always thought after that point, we're maybe the best we can do is like third. And to be fair, we're 3 points off third. As it stands, we're 3 points off third. We finished third in the Champions League. We're in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. It's not that bad of a predicament for Liverpool. Certainly not sack the manager worthy, for God's sake. 3 points off where you think you should be is not sack the manager worthy. And again, Liverpool fans just need... Who do think that? Liverpool fans who do think that about Arne Slot, I think you just need to give your head a wobble and get in the real world for a minute. Doctor Who Mania Productions, I like the way he says, no, not true, yet they spent $500 million nearly, so what are you on about, bottlers? Again, mate, you keep saying it like it's bottlers. If you spend less than your rivals consistently spend less than your rivals, you will eventually fall away from them. And that's where Liverpool are. We've spent basically half what Arsenal have since Arteta's come in. You can't spend half what your biggest rivals have done and expect to be competing with them. Arsenal are ahead of us because they've spent more than us. Liverpool are miles off them because we've spent far less. That's the reality of the situation. We've spent basically half. Basically half in the last 6 years. Madweke says you won the league last season, spent 500 million and you're happy with fourth. I'm not happy with fourth, but I think third is probably the absolute maximum that Liverpool could achieve with this squad. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we've sold far too many players, didn't replace others, and we've had basically half of the 500 million haven't even really been on the pitch. Giovanni Leone, we spent 30 million on, a young centre-back. And he got an ACL on his debut. Isak broken leg out for the season. Frimpong's missed most of the season. Connor Bradley, poor lad, ACL out for the season. So, you know, they're not just like small injuries either. They're big, big, bad injuries. Christianius, who finishes 6th and just misses Champions League, do you think? Villa. Yeah, Villa. Comfortably Villa. Chelsea might not be a million miles off it, but I think Chelsea will be alright in the end. But yeah, Villa. Villa and Chelsea. Kai, Frimpong's been on the bench most of the season. I don't know what you've been watching, mate. I don't know what you've been watching, because I guarantee he's not... Liverpool's bench for most of the season has been 2 goalkeepers. We've literally had 2 goalkeepers on the bench and then about 4 academy players. So, yeah, that's... Again, we're not bringing on players off the bench that, you know, Arsenal bringing on Eze and Trossard, experienced Premier League ready players. City bringing on Marmoush, and yeah, that's not what we've got. We're literally rolling the dice with Rio Engamoa and Trainioni a lot of the time. So no, we were never ever competing with Arsenal and City. Anyone who thinks we were is just mad, crazy, absolutely crazy. Rob says, mate, your maths ain't mathing on the transfer spend. Rob, Google's free, mate. Google is free. You can go and check it out. Arsenal. I've spent nearly £1 billion. Nearly £1 billion in the last 6 years. Liverpool 547 million. I think you can be precise. To be precise, I think it was it £987.77 or something like that Arsenal have spent. We looked at it yesterday on the live yesterday, because again, every time I say it, Arsenal fans come in and go, oh, well, no, that's not true, and then we go and Google it and I read the numbers out and they say, oh yeah, okay, fair enough, but then we're not even talking about that. They just haven't got a clue. But yeah, the point being, if Liverpool do spend a whole lot less than Arsenal, spend a whole lot less than City as well, you can't really be expected to compete with them over a long season. Ben, most unbearable influencer on the app. Yes, there's another one. We'll add that to the bio. Get that to the bio. Michael says Liverpool lucky to win the league last season. Well, you could say that, because obviously the other teams were really struggling. I agree, and I think you'd probably say Arsenal really lucky to win it this year by the same logic, couldn't you? City have been dreadful, Liverpool have been dreadful this year. Arsenal have had a free run to it. Liverpool had a free run to it last year, so last two league seasons haven't been particularly exciting, have they? No real title challenges in there. Jay Porter says Liverpool haven't spent badly at all. These players will be valuable over the next 5 seasons. Agreed. And to be honest, the signings we've made aren't actually that bad. They're just under 23 players. And usually when you sign young players, like if you're embedding Rio Ngamoa 17, Trey Leone 18, Giovanni Leone 18, Conor Bradley 21, Milos Kerkez 21, Florian Wirtz 21, Ekatike 22. These players take a lot of time to bed in. They take usually 3 to 6 months. And that's been the case across... There's the odd anomaly, but generally speaking, when you put young players into a new side, especially if they've come from another league, it takes them about 3 to 6 months to adapt. And it was the same with Henry, it was the same with Bergkamp, it was the same with Drogba, David Silva, Pires, Overmars was a little bit like that as well. Ant says if Arsenal scored that free kick, you'd be saying, have some shame. Well, the thing is, they never would, though, would they? Hits Wirtz into Frimpong, back to Wirtz. Oh, so unlucky. Szoboszlai. That's better. Tell against Szoboszlai, good defending. PDM says, what I am not a fan of with you is you don't ever congratulate on the opposition if they beat Liverpool or Arsenal when they are not even playing you. I'm an Arsenal fan and will give credit where it's due, from what I've seen anyways on your streams. Well, PDM, it's the first time I've seen your name in the chat, mate. I've usually got a pretty good, thing with names. It's the first time I've seen you in the chat. So thank you for commenting. I appreciate it. First off, I have to disagree. You'll probably say, okay, fair enough, but I have to disagree. I do think I give teams credit when they play well against us, even if it's against... I said Galatasaray played quite well midweek. If Liverpool drop points, it's not always because Liverpool have played badly. Sometimes it is. But in a lot of the cases, I actually think you've got to give credit to the opposition. I think there's been a lot of times where... Like City beat us in the last minute. I actually thought City played quite well that day. To be fair, I thought City played well against Real Madrid the other day and they got beat 3-0. So no, I don't think it is as cut and dry as the result is always an indicator of how the team's played. No. But, if that's how you feel, then that's fair enough, mate. That's absolutely your right to think that way. Ted says you begrudgingly accept a good goal. You always blame the defence or the keeper. But isn't that that's how a lot of coaches would look at it, isn't it? Sometimes, again, there's a famous quote. I'll try to remember it verbatim. Someone in the chat will probably tell me who it was, but I can't remember who off the top of my head who it was who said it. but it was effectively along the lines of, if you scrutinise enough, every goal is preventable. It wasn't that word. That wasn't it verbatim, but it was along them lines. And there was some, I can't remember who it was. It might have been Rinus Michel's, or it might have even been Saki, Rodrigo Saki. I can't remember. It was someone like that. And they said if you scrutinise enough, every goal is preventable. Now, whether or not you believe that is another, some goals happen and they just happen. Some goals you just ping from distance, and that would probably be one of them. Some argued there that Vicario should have done better. But if the shot comes over the wall and he only sees it last minute, are you being harsh to have a go at Vicario? Some would say that Archie Gray gave the free kick away in a sloppy way and he shouldn't have even touched McAllister. So yeah, if you want to be hypercritical and scrutinise, then every goal is preventable. But I would say I don't think that way. PDM says, from the clips I see on your TikToks. Well, there's mistake number one, PDM. Come in the live, stick around, ask me the question, I'll happily tell you. But yeah, if you base your opinions off someone off a 30-second clip, you're probably not going to get the most accurate picture. Will Tudor be sacked today? I think so, yeah. Gamer Guru, I'm convinced Key has a full back tattoo of Pep smoking a cigar. No, I've got him like Steve-O. Have you seen Steve-O off Jackass's one where he's like that? 6 days a week, says mad how average Rio looks once now we've seen Darman yesterday. Couldn't agree more. He's just a poor man's Darman, isn't he, Rio, to be honest? Garbage. Absolutely garbage. Alfie, Key, would you love to see Spurs get relegated? I wouldn't love to see anyone get relegated, no. Rebel MC, sea lions are meant to have the worst farts in the animal kingdom. Well, I would hate to be the researcher who found that out. Because I'm sure in order to find that out, he must have literally, or they must have literally set out to smell every animal's farts. Ant Wiskin says, Key is your typical football supporter. We're all the same. It's all love. I love that, mate. Absolutely agree. I'm no better or worse than anyone else. We all have our biases and we all just react how we react. I mean, I'm emotional. Sometimes I go OTT. So what? So what? In the cool light of day, I usually am a little bit rational. Gab says, damn, Rio is just terrible, isn't he? He's shocking. He's absolutely awful. Dreadful. Great ball into Verts. Far post, Rio. Go on, Rio. Oh, got to get it out of his feet quicker there. Aaron says it can't go on like this for Spurs, can it? It can. It can. Chalfie says, Key, if Spurs get relegated, who do you think will leave and stay at the club? I couldn't care less. Couldn't care less, mate. Who do you think will? Time of the last touch in the box. Liverpool 35th minute and Spurs 11 minutes. Spurs haven't had a touch in our box for 20 minutes plus. Love it. Love it. PDM, I am not shaming you. No, that's fair enough, mate. I have no problem with the comment. Absolutely no problem with it. Ball whipped in. you'd be honestly. I've not got any desire to mute or block anyone. I've no problem. You've got to work very hard to get muted and blocked on here. I've no problem with you saying whatever you want to say. You can be as hateful as you want to me. I don't care. Gakpo! Oh, off the post! Oh! Nearly 2. Yeah, you can be as hateful as you want. I don't mind. I have no problem with it, mate. Reggae to reggae. I am an Arsenal supporter, but I must admit you're very funny when you're cooking us. Mate, really appreciate that. Thanks very much, Reggae to reggae. Lots of love to reggae. What an absolute legend you are, mate. Really appreciate you saying that. Lots of love to the reggae community. We've got lots of fans in Jamaica as well at the minute. Loads of people coming in and saying they're from Jamaica. Michael, I reckon Rio would be like Monga. Struggles in the Prem, but a baller in the lower divisions if he had a chance. Jeremy Monga's a really talented young player as well. Again, they're so young, mate. You've got to give these kids time. And again, that's the one thing with the Max Darman thing I will say, is they need to be really patient with him. They need to be the same as we are with Rio. You've got to be very patient with these kids and not get too hyped and accept that there will be errors, there will be mistakes. That's why all this nonsense about Messi and Yamal and just it's not hate to say just calm down. Just have a minute. Just have a little minute. That's all you need to do. Christiania says, I think West Ham stay up. It's between Leeds, Forest and Spurs for me. And Martin Rock says, you just know Spurs are going to equalise later with these chances we are butchering. I mean, that wasn't even a chance. I actually thought Gakpo did really well there. He took the ball into his net and into his feet and then, like, not really any backlift, just smashed it in. It was a really good effort. Kai says, Key, would you accept that if Liverpool don't get third, you've got to go to the Arsenal parade? No. No, I've no interest in going to London, mate. You couldn't pay me enough money to go to London. PDM, I'd rather a genuine chat with you where I learn a bit more about you respectfully as a Liverpool fan. Hey, and respectfully to you too, mate. It's all about respect, all about love, no problems at all with anyone, fan base, creed, colour, country, issue, culture, religion, whatever. All love, mate. No problem with whatever opinions you've got. Happy as long as you come in, even if you don't come in and express them respectfully. There's quite a lot of people, you'll find, a lot of people in the chat who came in to troll. Came in hot, and actually we've just simmered it down. We're all good mates now. It's all good fun, and we have a chat about football every day now, pretty much that they're in the live. So, yeah, we watch footy every day on here. This is what we do, and hopefully you'll come back in for some other games in future. But even if it's just Arsenal ones, even if it's not, whatever. But I really appreciate you coming in. I really do, and I want to know more about what you think about all sorts of things. Whether it be Spurs going down, whether it be who's going to win the Champions League, who's going to win the World Cup. I'm supposed to be flying to the US for the World Cup. I want to get people's opinions on that when that's going on. That's going to be a hell of a tournament. But there's still loads of football still to go on. Is there any hope for Aston Villa, Forest, Palace in the European competitions? Alfie, love when Key calls us set piece and own goals. What's that, sorry? You've become... Hang on a second. Where are we up to? I've missed a load of comments here. Even though we're getting results, we still need to be extra lucky. Just hope City don't turn up. Paul... Stacey, it's a great community to be a part of. As a United fan, Stacey, that's very nice of you to say, and I really appreciate you saying that. I think it's really good as well. I enjoy it. Gunnar Passion, I'm noticing you've become more PR trained these past few months with your answers. Has Rupert Murdoch dug his claws into you? Not yet. Not yet. No, absolutely not. PR trained though, you think so? Christ, there's almost a compliment in there then, isn't there? No, I've not become any. I'm still answering in the same way that I always did, really. But I appreciate you saying that. Maybe there's a compliment in there. Maybe you're saying I'm getting less bored. I don't know, maybe I'm getting more boring. I don't know what you're saying there. But no, I haven't had any PR training. ZX says, I can't lie, Key. I'm one of those fans who came in hot when I first heard of you. Then I get here and it's quite alright. Simmered me down. Good lad. Love that. Zia Khalid, love that. Really appreciate you, mate. Paul O'Brien says, quiz at half-time. As always, there's always a quiz at half-time, yes. James says, Scotland playing at Everton in a friendly against a foreign team soon. Isn't it Ukraine? Is it Scotland-Ukraine? No, it's it's Senegal, isn't it? I'm sure. Is it Senegal? Because it's Illiman and Dye. Might be Scotland-Senegal. I'm sure I've seen Illiman and Dye on the poster. Crime Lord says, if you don't like going to London, you aren't going to much like LA. I'm not going LA either. If I'm going anywhere in the US, it's probably going to be like Utah or Delaware or Nebraska or somewhere like that. I don't know. Somewhere that's well away from all the World Cup games. Martin Key, unlike that bellend from United stand, you are respectable to opinions and don't insult your followers. I try not to, even when they insult me. But yeah, listen, respect everyone, because it all comes from a place of love, and actually we all get emotional at times watching football, and I don't take it too seriously. No one's really that hot. No one's really that, like, actually intense and angry. It gets hard to say that when you get the occasional, like, death threat after a live. But, you know, most people are really, really nice. Bladderball says, need another food-related quiz. Another food-related quiz? Is that going to be a Liverpool free kick? Rio Engamoa down the side. Souza. I think he might have given a free kick to us here. I didn't think that was. Didn't think it was. PDM, I agree with you. Arsenal are very boring to watch, but we are somehow getting the results. If Arteta does not win 1 out of the 4, he has to go. Entirely fair and reasonable. I would agree with that. Very fair. It's a free kick to Liverpool. I didn't think it was. I thought we were quite lucky to get that one. Ethan, hello, Key. You have the best community. Mate, you're the best. Brilliant. Love that. Here we go. Free kick for Liverpool. Soberslai. Terrible ball in. Crap. Got to do better than that. Madweki, why Utah? Because it's cheap. Like, the only reason I'm flying to the US potentially is to get on their time zone. That's it. There's no other reason. It's just to get on their time zone. So I want to go as far away from where the World Cup games are happening to a least desirable state. To somewhere where there's just, there's nothing really going on. Accommodation will be cheap. Flights will be cheap. I've no interest in going watching the games. I just want to go somewhere in the US. Prince Rupert, Edin Dzeko still playing at 39 for Schalke down in the Bundesliga 2. He is, yes. Mickey says you realise you can do that from home, really. No, not in the same time zone. I want to try and get on their time zone. That's very important so that I'm not basically streaming at 2 a.m. or 5 a.m. Which I would be over here. So, we'll see. Rasta, you're a good presenter, Kay, and you have a good channel here. Keep it up the good job, fan. Cheers, Rasta. Thanks very much, mate. What a guy. I'm Mancini. I honestly don't see any manager coming to Arsenal and doing what Arteta's done, though. But from the team he took over, he's done well. Credit to Arsenal for sticking to a manager too and not sacking. Yeah, that's probably another thing worth mentioning as well. That, you know, they've actually stayed the course and trusted the process, as he said. 6 years not winning anything, spending a lot of money. You know, it would have been very, very difficult, really, for them to stick it out another year or two. But no, they've probably got to win the league. I would imagine they win at least the league this year. And I don't know if that's like well done. You could say it's about time. It's about time. I don't know if it's well done. Like, that's brilliant. That's a hell of an achievement. 6 years, £1 billion spent, 1 league title. It's probably about time. It's probably like, okay, now you need to go and do it again. Now you need to go and do it again and do it with a bit of style. So maybe the real test comes next year. Crime Lord says North Dakota, Hawaii. Yeah, that's probably next year. Ted Doherty says the whole of that hemisphere is in their time zone. Venezuela will be cheap as chips. Yeah, someone suggested Guatemala, but I mean, do I really want to be flying to Guatemala for 6 weeks with my little girl and my wife? I'm not sure if that's necessarily a brilliant play. You'll just see on the news. Premier League dad kidnapped. Premier League dad held hostage in Guatemala. To be fair, do you know what we've got lots of viewers in Guatemala and well, quite a few Central American countries. Actually, RCP's from San Pedro Sula in Honduras. I could maybe even go to Honduras. Mancini says, honestly makes me respect Wenger even more doing what he'd done with the money he had available. Yeah, Arsene Wenger was an unbelievable manager. Harry B, favourite Arsenal player key. Martinelli. Martinelli or Timber. Bryn, it's Cote d'Ivoire. Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast against Scotland. Harry, after what he done to Bradley. Well, I'm not basing it on him as a person. I'm basing it on him as a player. Like, I'm not asked about what he did as a person. My favourite Arsenal player, Martinelli. I think Martinelli's your best attacker. I'll die on that hill. Crime Lord says, thing about Utah is the Mormons are super nice people, but you can't get proper alcohol due to their religious beliefs. But if you don't drink, then you don't have to worry about it. Yeah, no, I'm not really a big drinker. I can take it or leave it. Not really a drinker. Utah might be perfect then. And to be fair, my missus, she watches this program, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives or something like that. I think it's on Disney Plus. It's like a big thing on TikTok. They all watch it. Strike! Oh, good save from Alisson. Oh, Spurs have had some chances this half, haven't they? Spurs have definitely had a couple of chances. Richarlison probably should have put Spurs ahead. It's a free header. Oh, hey, there you go. Good save from Ali. Good save. Important save from Ali. Gamer Guru, doesn't matter if it's Max Darwin or Arteta's first Prem win for his first time managing a football team. Always got to get his kicks in. Kieran, United fan. Spurs manager, but sadly he'll be gone after today's game. What, Tudor? Yeah, I think Tudor will be gone as well. Right, half-time. Bryn says Mexico, mate. Can't go to Mexico. Mexico will be a fortune. Lots of people have said, why don't you go to, like, Barbados, like, you know, Jamaica or whatever. Go somewhere, like, Caribbean-wise, because you'll go and... They're basically similar time frames, but, yeah, you're going to just pay a fortune for 6 weeks in the Caribbean, aren't you? Madweki says Utah sounds like a very boring state. No disrespect to anyone from Utah. The point is just the time zone. So, yeah, as boring is fine for me. For 6 weeks, that's great. Right, half-time, Liverpool 1, Spurs 0. It's been an interesting game. Szoboszlai free kick separates the two teams. Spurs have had their chances, in fairness. Liverpool probably had a couple of chances ourselves. So I think Liverpool do deserve to be in front. Spurs have missed maybe 2 chances. Liverpool have scored 1 and missed another. So it's about right, I would say. 1-0. It's still Spurs still in it. I think Spurs will still fancy their chances. Coming out second half, the game's certainly not over. Gamer Guru says Richarlison will score an equaliser, take his top off, hug the manager, and then they'll lose the game 3-1. We've done that before against Spurs, haven't we? PDM says my other half is the same. That Mormon Wives programme is on Disney Plus. Does my head in. Oh my... We're bonding. Look at this. Look at us bonding now, PDM. It's crazy. This is what I have to put up with as well. So yeah, she's mad on that, and she's trying like, oh, we could go to Salt Lake City, and I could get on Mom Talk. Sad act, honestly. Bloody women. Tony Snooker fan says, hi buddy, seriously see Tottenham crap Spur going down. I don't see anything in them staying up. They've not been that bad. They've really not been that bad today, Spurs. Like I said, I said it would be 1-1. I still think there's a chance. Right, here we go. Half-time quiz. Half-time quiz. And what I would say is Ryan Lamb. No putting the answers in because I know you're gonna cheat. So none of the answers putting in the chat. So there have been 34 players for Liverpool and Tottenham Hotspur in the Premier League era who have won Premier League Player of the Month. 34. Okay, so we've got 34 players. Can you name them? 34 players who have won Premier League Player of the Month for Spurs or Liverpool. Not and, Spurs or Liverpool. Get your answers in the chat. Who are they? Ryan says, I won't keep. Mate, you can either Google them and not put any answers in, or don't Google them and just put answers in that you know. Welshwing says Jamie Redknapp. Jamie Redknapp never won Premier League Player of the Month, believe it or not. No, not Jamie Redknapp. Moon1 says Kane. Harry Kane, yes, is one for Spurs. He won it. Salah says Oxford fan. Of course, Salah's won it lots and lots of times. Heung-min Son says Ryan. Yep, Heung-min Son, correct. Ericsson, not Ericsson. No, Ericsson never won it, believe it or not. Soberslai says Oxford fan. Not Dominic Soberslai, never won it. Berbatov, yes, Berbatov did win it for Spurs. Bale, Welshwing, of course, Bale is correct. Van Dijk, Virgil van Dijk has won Premier League Player of the Month for Liverpool, yes. Maddison, says Paul Molyneux, good answer. James Maddison is actually Spurs' last Premier League Player of the Month. Chimey says Sturridge has won it twice for Liverpool. Ronnie Luxton says Fowler. Robbie Fowler was Liverpool's first ever Premier League Player of the Month, 1995. He also won it again in 96. Alisson, not Alisson. Alisson's never won it. Lloris, never won it. Modric, never won it. Defoe, yes, Jermaine Defoe has won Premier League Player of the Month. Robbie Keane has also won Premier League Player of the Month. Fernando Torres, yes. Fernando Torres first won it in 08, also won it in 09. Dele Alli, Chimey, good answer. Chimey got it right. Ali. Kenny Dalglish, we're only talking United era, Kieran. We're only talking Premier League era, sorry, Kieran. Rasta says Bent, not Bent, no. Not Bent. Van der Vaart is correct, though, Chimey, good lad. Ryan says Owen. Yes, Michael Owen, 1998. He first won it. Trent, says Spencer Richardson. Yeah, Trent Alexander-Arnold is correct. Michael Dawson. No, not Michael Dawson. Tony Snooker fan, you did. I apologise. You did say Torres first. Not Lamella, Chimey. But you've already got Harry Kane. You've got Berbatov. You've got Robbie Keane. You've got Defoe, Bale, Van der Vaart, Heung-min Son, Dele Alli and Maddison. For Liverpool, you've got Trent, Van Dijk, Salah, Sturridge, Torres, Owen, Fowler. That's it. Still none of the big ones yet. I'm surprised. Still lots of others to get. Collymore. Yes, Stan Collymore won it in 96. Good answer, Ronnie. Andy Robertson, perhaps. Perhaps not, unfortunately. Good answer, but no. Not Andy Robertson. Not Sol Campbell either. Not O'Hara, not Kulusevski, and not Brian Hill, not Van der Ven, not Dirk Kuyt, not Ian Rush, not Robbie Savage. Surprised, there's still a lot of people here who haven't been named. Think Liverpool, start thinking Liverpool players. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Spurs players left to get, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 Liverpool players. 17 left to get. You've only got half marks so far. 34 players. This is the question. If you're new, if you've just joined us, there's 34 players who have won a Premier League Player of the Month while playing for either Liverpool or Spurs in the Premier League era. So far, you've got Fowler, Collymore, Michael Owen. You've got Torres, Sturridge, Salah, Van Dijk, Trent, Maddison, Dele Alli, Heung-min Son, Harry Kane, Gareth Bale, Van der Vaart, Jermaine Defoe, Robbie Keane, and Dimitar Berbatov. Another 17 to go. Not Harry Kewell, not Jason Cundy, not Richarlison. Ronnie says Danny Murphy and Gary Mack. Yeah, both of those right. Both of those in 01. Suarez and Mane, says Welsh Wing and Chimey. Yes, Suarez won 1, Suarez won 2, Mane won 1. Gerrard, Ronnie, of course. I can't believe nobody said Gerrard up to this point. Not Dirk Kuyt, not Jamie Carragher. Chimey says Firmino, not Bobby Firmino. No, never won it. Ryan says Gerrard, Oxford fan Mane, Reesa, not Reesa. Sturridge, Ledley King. Ledley King is correct, Ham's Gunners. Scott Parker, says Jonesy. Yes, Scott Parker's another one for Spurs. He won it. Bob Smith says Souness. Only Premier League era, Bob. So we've only got Premier League era. Not Sterling, no. Ledley King we've got. Not Coutinho. I was surprised by that. Coutinho never won Player of the Month. Crazy that, innit? Not Jordan Henderson. Not Jamie Redknapp. Not Luis Diaz. Not James Milner. Not Mascherano, no. Berbatov you've already got. Salah you've already got. Sol Campbell, no. Diogo Jota, good answer. Diogo Jota, he won 1. God rest his soul. Yeah, Diogo Jota won 1. Not Isak, not Andy Carroll, not Harry Kewell, not Martin Skirtle, not Gakpo. Keep them coming. Not Pavlyuchenko. Vertonghen is correct. Good answer, Jonesy. Yeah, Vertonghen is right. He's another one. Not Kyle Walker, though. There's one that's quite recent for Spurs. And then the other 2 are 90s. You got 2 90s Spurs players and 1 that's very recent. And then for Liverpool, you've got 2 that are very recent. And then 3 that are 90s. 3 that are 90s, 2 that are very recent. And 2 that are very 90s for Spurs and 1 that's very recent. So there you go. Not Alderweireld, not Dudek, not Trippier, not Crouch. Klinsmann, well done. Klinsmann was the first ever Spurs player. MUFC, got it right. Klinsmann, first ever Spurs player to win a Premier League Player of the Month. Not Jed Spence. Did Berger win one? Yes, Ronnie, well done. Patrick Berger, 96. He won a Player of the Month. McManaman, Bob Smith, well done, Bob. Yeah, McManaman, 1997. He won 1 for Liverpool. Government name unknown. Hey, I missed the free kick. How good was it? Top corner. Quality. Vicario got a hand to it, but it was a good goal. Really good free kick. Ekatike, no. There's 2 players left for Liverpool. Sorry, 3. I apologise. 3. One won it in the 90s. The late 90s. 99. Huppier. Well done, Hams. There you go. That was it. Huppier won it in 99. There's 2 more left for Liverpool. And then there's 2 for Spurs. 2 each you've got left to get. 2 each. Not Adam Johnson. He never played for either. Not Sheringham. Not Gallagher. Not Walker. Not Ince. No, the two that are left for Liverpool are both post 2023. 22. Both in the last 3 or 4 years. I'll give you that. The 2 that have won it for Liverpool that you've not yet got are both in the last 3 or 4 years. Do we have Son? Yes. We have Son, we have Ali, we have Kane, we have Maddison, we have Vertonghen, Parker, Van der Vaart, Bale, Defoe, Keane, Berbatov, King and Klinsmann. 1 more left for Spurs. Andy says you're wrong. Ekatike won December Player of the Month, December 2026. That's later this year, mate. That's later this year. Son won it more recently than Maddison. Well, Son won it more recently than Maddison, but in terms of the first time he won it. McAllister, Welsh wing. Yeah, Alexis McAllister is Liverpool's most recent recipient. Not Gakpo. Alexis McAllister, Oxford, well done. There's one more left for Liverpool, I think. Am I right in saying? Yeah, I think one more left for Liverpool, and then there's two more left for Spurs. Two more left for Spurs. One in the 90s, one in the last few years. Not Redknapp. No, not Redknapp. David Ginola, there you go, Bladderball, well done. David Ginola, he was the second Spurs player to ever win Premier League Player of the Month after Klinsmann. And the last one, the final one for Spurs is Lucas Moura. Well done, Lucas Moura, final one for Spurs. So you've only got left one more for Liverpool. It was in the last few years. The last few years, there's only one more left to get. The question is, there have been 34 players who have won Premier League Player of the Month while at either Liverpool or Spurs. In the Premier League era, so going back to 92, there have been 34 players who have won a Player of the Month award while playing for either Liverpool or Spurs. You've got Fowler, Collymore, Berger, McManaman, Owen, Hippier, Gerrard McAllister, Danny Murphy, Fernando Torres, Daniel Sturridge, Luis Suarez, Sadio Mane, Mo Salah, Van Dijk, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Diogo Jota, and Alexis McAllister. Sorry. So there's 18 out of the 19 that have done it for Liverpool. You've got one left to get. And then for Spurs, you've got Klinsmann, Ginola, King, Ledley King, Berbatov, Robbie Keane, Defoe, Bale, Van der Vaart, Scott Parker, Vertonghen, Kane, Son, Ali, Moura, and Maddison. Well done, everyone. The last one is, there you go, Oxford fans got it. It's Joel Matip. Joel Matip. My dad once tiled his kitchen. There you go, fun fact. Fun fact, Joel Matip, what a player. Top player. Absolute legend. Used to just come so like gangly, used to just come bounding out of defence, didn't he? Like, he had this weird gait where his arms would just flail while he was running. But he's so cool. Loved Joel Matip as a player. But there you go. It is 34 players right there that have won Premier League Player of the Month for Liverpool and Spurs. Or Spurs. If you enjoyed that, hit like. Help me out. Hit like. Hit subscribe. We'll be live tomorrow, so after this one's finished, we're doing Brentford against Wolves tomorrow, Monday Night Football. Can the Bees... I tell you what, looking at the table, that'll be an interesting one tomorrow, because looking at the table, obviously Wolves we know are down, but Brentford, given that Everton lost, Bournemouth dropped points, Fulham dropped points, you know, you might look at Brentford tomorrow and think, well, do you know what? They'll only be a point behind Chelsea. Chelsea lost. So Brentford, if they were to win tomorrow... Brentford are a point behind Chelsea. Could Brentford be an outside chance for the Champions League? That'd be incredible, wouldn't it? Brentford making the Champions League. Keith Andrews would be a shoo-in for Manager of the Year. There'd be a certain North London side that would be spitting if a non-Arteta if Arteta didn't win it. Manager of the Year, Keith Andrews. Go on, lad. Go on. Here's Rio Engamoa. Julia says, can we sack Igor Tudor at half-time? Bob says, brilliant quiz, mate. Cheers, Bob. Thanks very much. Really appreciate you coming in and saying that, man. MUFC says, Spurs have more chance of winning a raffle than winning today. And Josh says, I can see Newcastle going on a run for top 5. They're going to have to put a hell of a run together, aren't they? Legend FK says, Liverpool fan here, but surely United get top 3 now. Well, top 3 is a stretch. Third maybe. I mean, there's 7 points behind Manchester City. So I'm not sure I would go as far as top 3, but third possibly. but they're only 3 points ahead of us if we win this. We've still got to play them. They've got to go to Stamford Bridge. You know, it's all very much still up in the air. United, we've already seen United can drop points against teams like Wolves at home and, you know, West Ham. They've gone to West Ham and dropped points. They can absolutely drop points. Rio does really well. Into the area. Oh, hey, there you go. That's not good enough, that Rio. That's not good enough, that Rio. That was a dive. That was a dive from Rio. Don't like to see that. Yeah, exactly. Sousa's asking for a card. I mean, I don't like to see that either, to be honest. But he does go down there, Rio. That's not good enough. That's too soft. Got to stay on your feet there, young man. Yeah, and that's a dive. That's a dive. That's a dive. I'm sorry. Creed, welcome to the Matchday squad. Yes, mate. Thank you very much. Really appreciate your support. Thank you very much for joining the Matchday squad. Premier League Dad Matchday squad. And you'll now be part of the members-only streams that we do every week. Every Friday, we do a members-only live. If you want to be part of that, where we predict the Premier League fixtures, we go through them together, we talk about what we think they're going to be. And we've got a decent, to be honest, I've not done too bad on the Premier League fixtures this weekend. But yeah, if you want to be part of that, then you have to join the Premier League Dad Matchday squad. Thank you very much, Creed, for showing your support, mate. Stephen says, you talk nonsense, young man. You was after sending Rio on loan and keeping Slot, no doubt. Yes, absolutely, I do. I still think that. I want to keep Slot and I want to send Rio on loan. And I think this game has kind of proved that as much that we probably don't... We're not in a position to start Rio and Gamo at every game. Madweke says that's not a pen. I didn't think it was a pen, sir. I thought that was a dive. It was one of them where he's almost expecting the contact. A little bit like Ramsey the other day. Do you remember Ramsey got sent off? He got a booking, didn't he, for diving against Man United. Jacob Ramsey for Newcastle. He went past the keeper. He was expecting a touch and he didn't get it. Rio Ngamoa did really, really well there, but it was... You don't want to see that. Got to stay on your feet there. Oh, Betis are getting beat. Betis 0, Celta Vigo 1. Bloody hell. Long throw into the area. Van Dijk clears it away. Well done. Creed says, if you get knocked out by Galatasaray and then knocked out of the FA Cup by City, does Slot see the end of the season? Yeah, I think so. I think the club are taking the approach of collective responsibility. I think if you look at this situation, if you look at Liverpool's season as a whole, and I think if you're looking at the manager and saying that manager should have done better with those players, I think you're on Mars, to be honest. I don't think anybody with any degree of football intelligence is looking at Arne Slot there and saying he's the problem. I think Liverpool have got massive problems that won't be fixed in one summer. Far post, here's Rio. Gotta hit it, lad. Oh, gotta do better there, Rio. Yeah, everybody that I've encountered who've said, you know, that Liverpool haven't been good enough this season, I absolutely agree with that point. I'll take that on board. But whenever you say to them, how many signings do you think we need in the summer? They're all like 6 to 8. We need about 6 to 8 new faces. So it can't be both, can it? It can't be Arne Slot should be doing better with this group of players, but we also need half a new squad. You know, pick a side, pick a lane. Which is it? You can't say the manager must be doing better, but we also need about 8 new faces. Well, Schwing, you disappointed in Rio, Key, given all the stick you gave Havertz for doing it. I am, mate, yes. Like I said at the time, I don't know if you saw my immediate reaction to Rio going down. I said, I think you've got to do better there, young man. Got to demand better. Frederick says Rio diving, no outrage, like when Havertz actually got fouled yesterday, of course. I don't know if did you watch what I said at the moment that Rio went down? Did you watch? It's just full outrage. Watch what I said. I literally said he's got to do better there. It's not good enough. I said it was a dive. I called it as a dive. Here's Frimpong into the area. Gakpo. Back to Maka. Maka's actually been quite good today. Eddie, what kind of nonsense is this? You spent 500 million and was proclaiming you would walk the league. Who, me? I never said that. I never said that. Who said that? Not me. Strike, good save. Dr. Humania, it's his style of play which has hindered the team. They played Klopp's system, and as soon as he started implementing his own tactics, everything went shitter, given far better players this season. I mean, that is just the biggest steaming pile of horse shit I've ever heard in my life. Better players, you're on Mars. Again, you're talking out your backside there, mate. Nobody thinks we have better players this season. We just don't. It's just totally false. It's totally false. We do not have better players this season than last season. Last season's team is by far bigger, better, stronger, more experienced. I don't know how you could reach the conclusion that this is a better team. You're off your head. And also, that apparently, I'm sure people have got no idea how management works. Like Arne coming in and apparently just said to the players, "Oh yeah, just carry on doing what you did under Jurgen Klopp. I'll just sit here. I'll just sit here for 12 months. You just keep doing what you did." It's nonsense. He changed everything. We didn't come in and keep playing Jurgen Klopp's way. That is categorically false. I can only assume you didn't watch us last season. We literally did not play exactly as... We didn't even play close to how Klopp played. Very different. Klopp finished third with that team. Slot changed loads of things. Welshwing says, I didn't watch that part, mate, but hold my hands up. Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, I was going to say, if you'd seen it, you would have seen that I did actually say, straight away, immediately, it was a dive. DC says, but that's your job as a manager to get the best out of what you got, and I don't think Slot has done that. Okay, well, let's put that to the test. Do you think this Liverpool squad is better than the City squad? This current Liverpool squad, with no Isak, and with two centre-backs fit, do you think that's better than the City squad? Do you think the City squad we should be finishing ahead of? Forget the Arsenal squad. Forget that. Do you think we're better than the City squad? Richarlison in. Great save. Fabulous save from Alisson. Well done. Get up. No chance. Get up. As if he's asking for shirt pulls. Get on your bike. Get on your bike. That's never a foul. It's never ever a foul. That's not a foul. Nothing wrong with that. Shut up, lad. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Get up. Ah, nothing wrong with that. Well done. Dr. Umania given far better players, Isak, Wirtz and Ekatike, and can't even crack the top 3. Sad, really. Isak hasn't been fit all season. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Sarah says, Welsh, watch it again. Havertz put his leg more to the left. Havertz just threw his leg out. That was a dive. We're not even talking about Havertz. Havertz threw his leg out. It was a total dive. Xavi Simons has come on. Foss Styler says, Key, you're way too positive. Genuinely, what are we doing? We need a goal. Mate, you're playing a side that are right down the bottom end of the league. They are relegation threatened. There's no easy get. Everyone says this. Everyone trots out this trope when it suits them. No easy games in the Premier League. Yeah, it's true. There's no easy games in the Premier League. Spurs are literally scrapping for their lives, right? The idea that they're just going to be, oh yeah, we're just dead easy. Yeah, we'll just bowl up to Spurs and we'll just beat them, no problem. Rio, ball in. Oh, unlucky. Better from Rio down the left-hand side. Brilliant from Van Dijk, says Kieran, United fan. It was fantastic from Van Dijk, that great defending. Legend FK says Arsenal have a ferocious manager. He gives the impression of wanting only first place. And I think if you've got his squad, then that's easy enough to do, isn't it? But if you've not got that squad, then at the end of the day, if you're calling upon players like Trey Nioni, Rio Engamoa, you know, you're putting Calvin Ramsey at right back, who couldn't get a game at Wigan last year. We're putting Calvin Ramsey at right back. They're putting, you know, Ben White. It's just not the same. It's just not the same, lads. Come on. Connor says, just wish Liverpool would put a couple of goals past him. Well, it's only 57 minutes. There's another 30 minutes left. It's a third of the game left. What I'm saying is, I said at the start of the game, it was always going to be a difficult game. The idea that we're just going to ball up and put 4 past them is nonsense. Anyone thinking that has clearly not watched a lot of football in their life. Or is very arrogant. The point being, Liverpool were always going to, not struggle, but we weren't going to bowl up and beat them. We were never going to be that side. It was always going to be a difficult game. Spurs are fighting for everything. They're scrapping for everything. And it's always going to be tough. Always going to be tough. Spurs playing a back 9. That true as well, yeah? That's very true. Lakeside says Mo might be coming on, Key. I'm not sure that helps in any way. Salah and Ekatiki coming on. Zia says, do you think Spurs come back right up if they get relegated? I don't think they get relegated. Soboslai ball in. Oh, unlucky, cleared away. Got to do better there. And Rio, I think it's going to go out for a throw to Spurs. Connor, I was talking about putting a few goals past them. Oh, I was an Arsenal fan. Sorry. Apologies, Connor. Spurs could draw the second half if they dare to do. Hey, listen, it's only 15 minutes into the second half, and it's not been a terrible start for Spurs. They've had some chances. Liverpool have had some chances. They've had some chances. Key, Rio has been great. He's not been great. Again, he's done all right. He's done better than Gakpo, but I don't know if I'd go as far as great. The point still stands that you can't play a 16-year-old kid from the start of the season every other week. You're just not going to be able to do it. He's going to have to come off in... I imagine it is Rio who comes off. Do you know? And this is what it'll be, right? We'll take Rio off, and the manager will get a load of stick for having taken Rio off. You've got to take the play. You can't play him as many minutes as people want to play him. Doesn't matter how good he is. Here's Rio. Wonderful play. Verts. Oh, unlucky. That was wonderful from Rio. Absolutely brilliant from him down the left-hand side there. That was much better. I might start changing my mind and saying great if he does more of that. He's not done enough for that today, to be honest. Really got at the full-back. Unlucky not to have a goal, but it'll come with age. Here's Rio. Gives it back to Robbo. We'll take that. Just keep hold of it, lad. Connor says the good thing is that defensively Liverpool have been fairly sound, which should give them some confidence going into that second leg against Galatasaray. Yeah, I agree, mate. I think defensively we've been fine today. The few moments that Spurs have had has come from, obviously, a long-distance shot, which Alisson dealt with quite comfortably. The crossing, which Richarlison headed wide, which probably a little bit not surprising that we've conceded a couple of chances off set pieces given our previous history with them. But other than that, we have actually limited them to very few chances. FCB, hi Key, have we been good in your opinion? In my opinion, no, I don't. I don't think we've been very good. I think this is probably a 7 out of 10 performance for me so far from Liverpool. I think again it's probably another one of them. Just get the job done. Just get the job done. The performance has been okay, not brilliant. It's just been okay. I think Rio's been a bright spark, of course, but I think he's going to have to take him off for his own protection. And again, he's lost the ball there, Rio. He's done that. He's done that a few times in the game, and maybe as he's tiring, we'll see that more, and that's why he'll take him off. But I don't want to see any Liverpool fans having a go at the manager for taking him off. It all changed when he took Rio off. Yeah, well, you kind of have to. That's better. Rio, gotta get. Oh, mate, you can't give the ball away there, Rio. You've got to do better. I think we've got to take Rio off the pitch here. Defensively, he's becoming a bit of a liability. Got to stop the cross. Got to stop the cross. Stood up to the far post. Ali, straight out of play. That's going to be a goal kick. No. Yeah, free kick. We'll take that. Right, here we go. Mo Salah about to come on, and I think it is young Rio who's coming off. Is it Rio? Should be Rio. Ekatike coming on as well. I would imagine, I'd fully expect Curtis is coming on as well. 3 changes for Liverpool. Rio being one. I would imagine the other one would possibly be Wirtz. Maybe Wirtz. I think Wirtz has done all right, to be honest. Again, but he's only just coming back from injury, so it might make sense to take him off. Maybe McAllister too. Got to think about midweek against Galatasaray. Frimpong's gone off and Wirtz. Yeah, there you go. Frimpong off. Frimpong has gone off. Rio's gone off and Wirtz has gone off. Yeah, Rio, Frimpong, Wirtz for Salah, Jones and Ekatike. There you go. If that's fair enough. Connor says, do you think Max Darman has got into Rio's head for best youngster in the Prem? Ted says he's knackered. Watch him tracking or lumbering back. Ted, I'm so glad it's not just me pointing that out, mate. It feels like there's so many Liverpool fans who are just start him. You have to take him off, and you can see so clearly how he's become a liability just 60 minutes in. He's not ready for it. He's a young lad. You've got to give him time. So I appreciate Arne Slot taking him off and kind of protecting him from himself almost there. Because there's been times, hasn't there, where against Wolves and other moments where leaving players on who have been young and tired and they've made mistakes and it's cost us. Chris says another game where Wirtz didn't influence. I think Wirtz is, again, still very young. Got to take that on board. The fact that he's 21, it's his first season in the Premier League. I think he's been our best player for the last few months. Not a particularly brilliant performance today, but again, he's only just come back from injury. So yeah, he missed the Forest game, didn't he, due to a back injury, and he's been carrying that for the last few. So yeah, I'm not overly worried really with any of the new signings, to be honest. Reese, I think this is a good Liverpool performance, relatively speaking, mostly in control, forward-thinking intent. I feel like only a Liverpool error lets Spurs in. Do you know what? The only reason that any Liverpool fan is thinking this is a bad performance is just due to expectations. For some reason, there's Liverpool fans out there who think, you know, we're not asking much. We're not asking much. All we're asking for is for our team to play incredible, attractive, winning football and to be in a title race whilst phasing out our club legends, dealing with an injury crisis and bringing in a load of young 18 to 21-year-olds. We're not asking for much. We just want the manager to just give us the best football possible that wins every week and plays really good, attractive football all the time. You can't have both. You can't have the transition plus brilliant, effective football and attractive football. It's got to fall down somewhere. Gav, good to see you, Gav. James says, is Wirtz the worst signing in the Prem ever for the money? Oh, comfortably, Jim. Yeah. Easily. Easily the worst. PDM says, with the pace and dribbling control that Rio has, I believe that he would be a great super sub. For 70 plus minutes right now, he would destroy the tired fullbacks. And that's maybe the next phase for him. I think it is that we start to bringing him on regularly at 60 minutes, 70 minutes. That's probably better than what we've had at the minute, which is, that's not a foul. That is not a foul from Gakpo. He literally falls over his own feet there. That is just not a foul. It's not a foul. The Legend FK says, that's what Liverpool fans wanted, was a goal fest from us. It's very rare this season. We all have those fans. True enough, Ted. Yeah, it's true enough. It's just frustrating, innit? Frustrating. But yeah, that's a really good point, that PDM. Here's Ekatike in the area. Anyone tells me that Isak is better. Sorry, that Ekatike is better than Isak. You're off your mind. I have no idea what you're watching. He's so far off it. He's just hit the ball out for a throw in the penalty area. Gav says, Key, sorry I haven't made any videos for you lately, but lost all my motivation, especially with Chelsea's form. Oh mate, don't worry about it. Honestly, like I said to you, you don't have to do them. I really appreciate you offering, but no, mate, I get people have lives. I get it. I understand. Here's Ekatike in behind. Salah must get it on target, and that's a oh! Blair, ref! He was out the area. Oh my God, as if the ref hasn't give that. 1, it was over the line. 2, it was out the area. Oh my God, how has that not been given? How has that not been given? That's madness. That's absolute madness. That is crazy. Absolute craziness. Szoboszlai over to Van Dijk. Well inside the line. Love it, Chris. I love it. It was miles in. Comfortably in. Ha 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 ha. I know what Chris is doing. I know it. That's great play by Gakpo. Well done, Cody. Wonderful play by Gakpo. Fabulous play. What a pass to Mo. Over to Hugo. Fucking hell, Hugo. Come on. You got to get a toe to that. Not good enough. Here we go. Robertson. Got to get the ball right. And he's fluffed it. How are we letting Spurs out that easily? That's ridiculous. I'm sorry. That's not good enough. That's just not good enough. Szoboszlai loses the ball cheaply, so cheaply. And then he's whinging about a free kick. Dominic Szoboszlai, I don't understand why there's such a... Gakpo did really well there. Gakpo was really, really good there. That was fantastic from him. Zia says, when Vicario holds the ball, his body becomes an extension of the pitch, keeping the ball well in play. Yeah, I forgot that's how it works. You can be totally out of the pitch, but if you've got your toe on the line, it's basically in. Gav says, Key, see, for the reference point, is the goal the only thing to happen in this game? Yeah, it probably is. But to be honest, Gav, I wouldn't. Don't worry about the highlights and stuff like that, mate. Honestly, I appreciate your offer, but you really don't have to. I really appreciate you got other stuff going on. PA says Spurs have had more shots on target already than Everton did yesterday. Cleared away. Whoa, nearly. I thought that was going back out to him. Gakpo, he's got Salah on the far side. What a pass again. Wonderful ball. Yes, Mo. Must be. Fucking hell, Mo Salah. Mo Salah. Jesus Christ, he can't finish, this fella. He can't finish. Yeah, that was a corner, but it was still going miles wide. It was going miles wide. John says Gakpo's done 2 really nice outside the boot passes. I think Gakpo's done really well today. He had a big chance in the first half as well that bounced off the post. I think you've got to give credit. What is Szoboszlai doing there? What on earth is Szoboszlai doing there? Madness. And he's totally exposed us as well. Down the left-hand side. Spurs. Strike. Good save from Ali. Honestly, Dominic Szoboszlai, don't get all hyped up. Everyone who says he's Liverpool's best player, you're talking madness. Here's Gakpo. Poor touch from Cody. Poor touch. Crime Lord says, do you think Salah will hang it up after his contract in 2027? No, not at all. Listen, Mo Salah still... If you ask Mo Salah, I firmly believe he would tell you he is amongst the best, if not the best player in the world. He's just in a bad moment. That's what I think Mo Salah thinks. I don't think it's not what I think, but it's certainly what Mo Salah thinks. I am the best player in the world. I'm just having a bad moment, and they're not giving me the ball early enough, or they're not getting the ball to me in the right positions, or whatever it might be. There's absolutely no way that Mo Salah retires in 12 months' time. There is absolutely no way that Mo Salah goes to Saudi. Totally avail yourself of it. Salah, what is that? There you go. What is that? What is that? It's dreadful. Every time, he's just not the same player. He's not going to Saudi. He will be here for another 12 months, stinking the gaff out. Stinking the gaff out. Spurs, strike. Good block from Van Dijk. Well done. And Gakpo comes back. That's going to be a foul. Free kick to Liverpool. Well done. Gav says, Key, you said Dominic Szoboszlai was your best player a few months ago. What's changed? No, I'm just saying I wouldn't get hung up on the whole, like, if Dominic Szoboszlai left, I wouldn't be like, devastated. I think he is probably is our best player. Probably still is our best player. He hasn't been our best player for the last few months. He's had moments. He's had a little bit of a drop-off, and again, not great, not smart. Dan says Liverpool, if they win, should have some serious shame on this one. Why? Liverpool, if they win, should have some serious shame. Why? Government name unknown says Spurs are putting it on a plate for us right now. They literally have 2 defenders and we can't take advantage of it. I know, but you know what? Again, here's the thing, right? Liverpool, you're absolutely right. Spurs are leaving most of their players forward. They've got 2 players back. Liverpool will get a catching them on the counter-attack. But we've had 3 or 4 chances now on the counter-attack where we've not finished it. Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? It's not Arne Slot's, is it? So why on earth are we even talking about the manager being the problem when it's quite evident that what we don't need to do is sack a manager who's actually getting the team into that position? His job is the system. Execution is not his job. His job is to create the chances for the team and put them in positions where they can score. If they don't score, that's not on the manager. Here's Szoboszlai. Ball over to the other side. Gakpo. He's got Robertson with him. Over. Salah. Skies it. Fucking hell. Goodness me. Goodness gracious me. Goodness gracious me. Football fan reactions. Just joined the stream and looked at the set-piece goal. Ha! That wasn't a set-piece goal. No one's talking about set-piece goals like that. That's not a set-piece goal. That's not a set-piece. When people have a go at set-pieces, they're not talking about free kicks from 40 yards, mate. No one's on about them. Dan says, well, even more shame if you lose, but performance is very poor. It's not very poor. Not winning against Spurs by 4 or 5 is not very poor. I think at some point, you have to accept that playing against teams down the bottom end of the table is hard. They fight for absolutely everything. Here's Gakpo. Here's Gakpo. Great run. Salah. Mo. What is Salah doing? What is Salah doing here? Cheers, Gav. Thank you very much. Bob says Salah couldn't hit a barn door at the minute. I honestly, I've just lost all patience with the guy. Gravenberch, Ekatike, Gravenberch, hit it! Oh, straight at the keeper. Poor from Grav. Poor from Gravenberch. Legend FK says Salah, please leave. Absolutely poor this season, and he seems to see it as funny. I don't think he seems it as point. I just think the guy's not the same. Szoboszlai, you've got to get out to him there, mate. What are you doing? You're no good there, Dom. Oh my God. I can't believe that Szoboszlai stood off him then. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolute madness, this. What is Szoboszlai doing there? Mate, who do you think you're helping by doing that? Dominic Szoboszlai is 5 out of 10 today for me. He scored a goal from a free kick and then he's been shite all game. Absolutely shocking. Rasta, Free Kick FC. Well, I wouldn't mind being known as Free Kick FC. If you're scoring goals from 40 yards out every other week, I've no problem with that. I think the real reason people have issues with set pieces is usually when it bounces in off someone's arse. Bradders, Evening Key, who could we realistically replace Salah with? Based on this evidence, Christ, give us anyone. Literally, give us anyone. Oh, it's a great play. Brilliant play. Unlucky Gravenberch. That was better. Better. Government name unknown says we're getting so lucky. Team needs to fix up or we're going to draw and see one of them famous Richarlison celebrations where he takes off his top celebrating a draw. They're still coming forward at the end here, Spurs. We need to do something to lock it up, and I don't think Szoboszlai is helping us down that side. Needs to get tighter. Ball's coming into the box far, far too often. Strike from distance from Spurs. I've got to say, I'm just saying, I did predict 1-1. I literally said before the game 1-1. And everyone was like, hey, you're being negative. You're being negative. Did see it coming. I did see it coming. Gav Key, you can have Garnacho if you want. We're alright with Garnacho. Do you know what? Garnacho, I actually think could do a good job for us. I forget as him. I don't him as a person. I don't know. Like obviously, there's questions about him leaking tactics and all sorts, and I'm not entirely sure about the white hair. But we could do with any sort of pace and width outside. We're desperate for it. Here's McAllister. Great play. Robertson. Right, we've got to make it count here sooner rather than later, Liverpool. Robertson turns back. Oh, my goodness me. Here's Robertson. Van Dijk. Control the game. Just calm it down. Calm it down. Tony, are you doing the AC Milan game? I'm not, mate. No, I was going to do Lazio AC Milan, but I'm going to finish after this one. As soon as the Liverpool game's done, I'm done for the day. I'm back tomorrow for Brentford against Wolves. Vicario. Oh, gives the ball away and Salah picks it up. Wonderful play, Mo. Into the area. Better. Corner. Well done. That'll do you. That'll do you. Well done, Mo. That was better. That was much better from Salah. Creed says in January, Key said he would take and die as a Salah replacement. There's not many players I wouldn't take as a Salah replacement at this point. Here we go. Corner to Liverpool. Ball whipped in. Flicked on. Oh, unlucky. Spurs cleared it away. Oh, Szoboszlai again, for fuck's sake, Dom. Fucking basic. And Ione now coming on for Liverpool. Again, just so sloppy. I hope it's Szoboszlai coming off. Who's it coming off? Gakpo. Honestly, I'd have took Szoboszlai off. Been absolutely shocking today. Absolutely dreadful. Cody Gakpo off. Trainioni on. Government name unknown. Give us Elise. Take Elise. Do you know how much he'd cost though? Apparently there's rumours he's got a gentleman's agreement to leave Bayern. Styler, why are we bringing kids on now? We haven't really got anyone else, mate. That's the problem. We haven't really got anybody else. And to be fair, Slot gets stick for not bringing the kids on, doesn't he? Here's Ekatike into the area. What are you doing, lads? Fucking hell. So poor. Again, this is why I have such sympathy with the manager, because I'm like, what are we expecting? Why is Ekatike on the left wing? I'm sorry. What are you doing there? Why is Ekatike on the left wing, mate? Get in the middle. Your job is a centre forward. Get in the box. Nobody wants to see you on the left-hand side. There's a reason you're not doing what people need you to do. You're not going to score goals on the left-hand side. The Legend FK says, I wonder how Hearts fans are feeling. They're making it extremely difficult for themselves. Yeah. Szoboszlai, strike, comfortably wide. Joel, Spurs have been good today. Spurs have been better, haven't they? Yeah, they've certainly been better. This is why I don't think they'll go down, to be honest. It's been an encouraging performance from Spurs, if nothing else. I said 1-1. I hope I'm wrong. Dan says, why would Elise want to join Liverpool? Probably because, generally speaking, Liverpool have won titles and been to Champions League finals, won Champions Leagues. We generally win things, even when we have time out of Europe. Funnily enough, even when we've won. I mean, look at Alexis McAllister. Look at Dominic Szoboszlai. Look at Ryan Gravenberch. All now very, very good midfielders who joined Liverpool when they were in the Europa League. All now title winners. So yeah, being out of Europe, and I don't think that happens, by the way. But let's say I am super pessimistic, and I consent to the agenda that you have that Liverpool are going to finish outside the Champions League places. Let's say that happens, then I think the top footballers know, don't they, that Liverpool won't be away from the top for too long. Aaron, is that the last watch-along I'm doing tonight? Yes, it is. This is the last watch-along tonight from me. I'm back tomorrow for Brentford and Wolves. So I will see you all tomorrow for that. Aaron says Bayern would be mad to let Elise go. The problem is that I think the players in Munich it's not really an attractive league as much anymore, the Bundesliga. Bayern are not really that able to. I mean, look, I think the Wirtz thing was a big eye-opener. They're not attracting the top players anymore, really. And I don't think they're keeping the top players anymore. I think Elise always aspires. If Elise wants to win a Ballon d'Or and win Champions Leagues, he's going to have to move on at some point to either a top Premier League club or maybe a PSG, possibly, or at least, at the very least, a Real Madrid, Barcelona. So I think Elise will move on at some point. Dan says more chance Elise ends up at City or United than Liverpool if he does return to the Prem. Oh, actually, I disagree, because if you look at Liverpool in terms of the wingers, we actually need wingers far more than United or City do. So yeah, I actually think there's more of an opportunity for Liverpool than any other team in the Prem, because at Liverpool he would be an immediate starter. He would come in and play for us straight away, whereas that's not the case at maybe Man United or City or Arsenal or Chelsea, who are all overloaded with wingers. Government name unknown. Is Ekatike even trying? Bro ain't even fighting for it. He doesn't look hungry to win the ball back or do something special. He lets everyone run past him and in light jogs constantly. I think he's knackered, you know. I think he's knackered. Absolutely knackered. PDM, could you explain the matchday squad, please, so I know what it's about? It's just the name for being a channel member. Basically, if you want to become a channel member, every week we do members-only streams, which, again, are only available to members. So if you're part of the matchday squad, then you get to be part of the members-only streams. You might see on this side. This side, members only get different tags and different sort of, look and feel on the channel. You basically get a different experience on the channel. Jim says you would have to be a plastic to want Everton to win as a Liverpool fan. Well, I mean, explain that to every Liverpool fan. Get them out, get them out. Oh my God, as if they've actually scored in the 90th fucking minute. There you go. Literally, I said it, 1-1. I knew it was coming. Richarlison scored. We've literally all been saying it in the chat. It's been coming. Richarlison has pinched it. 1-1. Not even a surprise, is it? Not even a surprise. We've been inviting pressure for the last 35 minutes. These players are absolute jokers. Anyone putting this on the manager, you are having an absolute laugh. These players are absolute jokers. They are jokers. There is nothing more that needs to be said. They're absolute jokers to a man. There's about 8 of them need to leave in the summer. Pick a lane, Liverpool fans. Pick a lane. This is what I'm going to say to you. You can either say the manager's needing to do better with the players that he has, or 8 of these players need to leave in the summer. It can't be both. It cannot be both. And I promise you, it's the latter. If you think we need to be doing better with this bunch, you are out your mind. You are off your meds. It's madness. It's absolutely ridiculous. We've got 5 minutes to turn it around here. And actually, I think Spurs might go and win it. They might go and win it. They've been the only side who've been going for it in the last 10 minutes. And Szoboszlai has been shocking. He's been shameful. The lot of them. The absolute lot of them. Dreadful. Absolutely dreadful performance. Curtis Jones. Over to Robbo. Ball in. What's that? What's that? What is that? Fucking hell. Come on. Come on. What is that? Again, why are we looking? Why are we looking at a manager? Why are we looking at a manager at this point? When you've got players who are doing that. At what point do you just look at the players on the pitch and you're like, lads, this is not good enough. This is just not good enough. It's just not good enough. We've completely ripped up the team from last year. It's not even remotely the same team. We've got a load of new faces in there. But of the lads who are left, they are absolutely shocking. I think honestly, about 6 or 7 of them being told, you're not going to be here next year. I think about 6 of them know they're not going to be here next year, and they're already turning it in. They already know. They're turning it in. They are not bothered. It's shocking. Get them gone. Get them gone. Keep the manager. Sack the players. Get them gone. Ball over to the left-hand side. Robbo again. Straight out of play. Shocking. Three minutes. 3 minutes left. Any chance at all? Van Dijk over to Alisson. Szoboszlai punting it. Look at the state of that. Look at the state. Dominic Szoboszlai. What the fuck? Can anyone's like, oh yeah, Dominic Szoboszlai might go to Real Madrid. Key, are you worried that Dominic Szoboszlai might go to Real Madrid? What are you on about? No, I'm not worried at all. If you offer 80 million quid for him, you can have him. You can have him with pleasure. Take Alexis McAllister with you. We'll throw in Mo Salah for free, sweeten the deal. There's about 8 of them I'd get rid of tomorrow in a heartbeat. If the Liverpool board have any ambition, we've got to start bridging the gap between the teams at the top of the league that have spent far, far more than us. We've got to catch up to them in spend. The way that you win things at the top is by spending at least as much as the rest of everyone else. You can't be spending half what Arsenal have and be expecting to be at the top. Szoboszlai. Back to Van Dijk. 90 seconds left at a push. Dominic Szoboszlai. Come on. One last chance, Liverpool. Give the ball away. Fucking hell. Honestly, what is going on here? They're in here, Spurs. They're in here. Far post if they get this right. They could win it. They could win it. Oh. Tell me that's not going to be a corner to Spurs. Goodness gracious me. And now Spurs make another change. Bringing a young lad on. 60 seconds left. Richarlison coming off. Richarlison off. James Rosewell coming on. David Garner says you won't get rid of that many players. Well, you say that, but that's the task, isn't it? It certainly won't happen maybe over one summer, but I think that's what needs to happen over 2. There's a lot of players need to leave this squad, and I think at least 6 probably do leave this summer. At the very least 6. It's not an overreaction to say if you've changed 40% of a title-winning side, then it's not a title-winning side anymore, is it? Ekatike clears it away. Spurs with the strike. Now Ekatike on the counter. Maybe a last chance for Liverpool. Maybe a last chance. Pass has to be right here. The pass has to be right. It has to be right. No! Ekatike! Oh, Hugo, for God's sake. Oh, my God. My goodness me. The pass had to be right. So bad from Hugo. Fucking hell. We might have one last chance. Maybe. At a push, one last chance here. But I can't see it. I think the referee's aching to blow up. He's absolutely dying to blow up. Spurs right-hand side. Porro. Strike, cleared away. And I think this might be that. Throw in. It's just so bad. It's just so bad. There you go. Full time. Full time. Liverpool 1, Spurs 1. I have never been so gutted to predict a result correctly. You all said at the start of the game, Liverpool are going to win, Key. Surely you've got to win. Key, why are you being so negative? Key, you're just doing it for clicks. You're absolute not. I told you. I told you it was going to be a draw today. It was always going to be a draw today. I have no faith in half of these players. They're absolute mugs. They're absolute mugs, and about 6 to 8 of them need to leave. As an absolute bare minimum. 6 to 8 players need to leave. That is the problem that we have. That's the problem. It's not on the manager. Get rid of the players. But you know what? Spurs kept going. Congratulations to Spurs. In fairness, Spurs did play well. Got to give credit to Spurs. 1-1. Spurs have turned it round. They've got a result at Anfield, which, to be fair, plenty of other sides have this season. With jokers like this fella here. Why have you not got your hair in dreadlocks today, Dom? Why have you not got your hair all sorted, mate? What's going on? Got your new boots sorted from Vinny? You okay? Get your hair done, lad. Go and get your hair done. Make sure your hair's done for the next game. Take it seriously. Oh, Mo's having a whinge. Yeah, Mo's having a whinge. Thank God Mo's having a whinge. We wouldn't know he's pissed off otherwise. Fucking hell. These jokers. These absolute jokers. Absolute jokers, these lot. Get him down the tunnel. I don't want to see him wearing the shirt again. There's a bunch of players who don't deserve anywhere. Shouldn't even be playing for the top side. Forget Liverpool. Shouldn't be near the top side, a lot of them. There's players who don't deserve to play at the top level. Maybe deserves a strong word. Not good enough. Just flat out not good enough to play at the top level anymore. That's the point. Ah, right. That's me done. I am back tomorrow. I will be back tomorrow for Brentford against Wolves, Monday Night Football. We'll sleep on it. We'll do some post-match reaction to this game tomorrow in Monday Night Football. In tomorrow's live, it'll be a little bit quieter. We'll be able to have a little bit more of a conversation about tonight's game. We can talk about maybe why this has happened, what needs to happen to prevent it happening again in future. But right now, disappointing. Overall feeling, again, is just that the players just need to take a long, hard look at themselves. Anyone who's still anyone who thinks changing the manager point blank fixes this, you're just on cloud 9. I have no idea where you mustn't have watched much footy. I have no idea where you're coming from. Shocking. Right. I'll be back tomorrow. I will be back tomorrow for Brentford and Wolves. If you're new around here, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and I'll see you all tomorrow for a bit of Monday Night Football. We can talk this out then. Fucking hell. Weekend well and truly ruined. Absolute shitbags. Right. Take it easy. Have a nice Sunday, whatever you're doing. I will see you all tomorrow. Ta-ra.